Which version of Minecraft is better, Bedrock Edition or Java? This question has begun to pop up more and more over the last few months, and it sparked an interesting debate. Now, before I get into my perspective on which platform is better, I want to make it obvious that I don't care which platform someone decides to play on. This video is not meant to shame people for playing on a specific platform, as oftentimes people really don't have a choice in the matter. This video is meant more to do a deep dive into the differences of the two platforms and see if there's a clear winner among the two. As a bit of background, I've spent the last 8 years playing Minecraft, a few years spent playing Bedrock Edition on my Xbox, but the majority of the time is spent on Java, meaning I do have a fair amount of experience on both platforms, so this video is in no means intended to be biased. And with all that being said, let's begin. I think most people focus on the wrong aspects when comparing Minecraft Java to Bedrock Edition. Oftentimes, people focus on the graphics or the performance of the platforms, and they let that be a deciding factor. Instead, I want to focus on the things that truly separate the two platforms, those being accessibility, ease of use, and in-game content. Let's start off with accessibility. I think we all know which platform will take the win for this one, and that's Bedrock Edition. As we all know, Minecraft isn't just available on PC, it's available on Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, iOS, Android, and PC. Bedrock Edition runs on each and every single one of these platforms, while Java only runs on one, that being PC. This means without the introduction of Bedrock Edition to the Minecraft universe, the Minecraft player base would be just a small fraction of what it is today. Currently, there are over 200 million downloads across both Java and Bedrock Edition, with 130 million players logging on to play at least once every month. You may think that of the 200 million downloads, Java might make up a good chunk of the player base, but this is where you'd be wrong. In 2019, it was reported that only 30 million copies of Minecraft Java had ever been sold. While this is a very large amount of sales, it's nothing in comparison to the 150 million downloads Bedrock Edition had amassed at the time. And what might interest you most is that Pocket Edition makes up a vast majority of all of the Minecraft downloads, accounting for over 100 million downloads in its lifetime. It's safe to say that the introduction of Minecraft to platforms other than PC was one of the best moves Minecraft has made in its lifetime. The ability to play Minecraft on the go or easily with your friends through gaming consoles is one of the main reasons people get into Minecraft in the first place. Bedrock Edition has allowed literally tens of millions of players to experience a game they might not have experienced otherwise, and that's why Bedrock Edition takes a point for this round. Now, let's move on to the next category, ease of use. I'll be dividing this category into two sections, the first being how easy is it for a beginner player to navigate their way through the game and the settings, and the second being how limiting are the game settings. As a beginner, it may be overwhelming to look at all of the different video, audio, and additional settings that Minecraft offers users in both Bedrock Edition and Java, with each setting being responsible for important parts of a user's experience. Someone new to the game might not know what setting is responsible for what, or might be afraid to venture into the settings at all. However, through my time playing both Bedrock Edition and Java, I found that Bedrock Edition does a better job of making the settings easier to use and to understand. The layout Bedrock opts for is one that gives users a little less options when it comes to settings, but it allows the game to still function the same. Where Java might allow users to toggle between low, medium, and high graphics, Bedrock just gives the user the option to turn fancy graphics on or off with no in between. I think this allows newer users the ability to explore what settings work best for them without ruining their gameplay experience. Bedrock's motto is simply less is more. As for the in-game ease of use when it comes to learning the game, I'm also going to have to go with Bedrock Edition on this one. Both versions of Minecraft have the same control layout for both keyboard and mouse and controller. However, Bedrock Edition has a built-in how to play feature in the settings menu that allows a new user to browse through parts of the game or controls that they may not be familiar or comfortable with. For these reasons, I have to give Bedrock Edition the first ease of use point. Unfortunately, Bedrock's downfall in this category is their approach of less equals more. Because of how simplified the settings are, oftentimes experienced players won't be able to have the precise control over their game experience that Java offers. I know many times myself, I wanted to tweak a very specific game setting let's say for example the gamma setting, and due to Bedrock's simplified settings, I'm not able to get the desired result using their native settings. On Java, this is quite the opposite. Nearly each and every setting in-game can be changed through either the native in-game settings, through editing text in the game's files on your computer, or can be achieved through third-party mods. Java's main advantage as a whole is that it doesn't limit a player in terms of what's possible in the game. It gives the players the option to play completely vanilla, changing 0 settings and still having a fantastic gaming experience, while on the other hand, it offers players complete control over how they want their game to run and feel. As an experienced player myself, this is why I tend to find myself coming back to Java time and time again, and it's because the platform allows me to do what I want, how I want it, without any strings attached. And for this reason, Java wins the second point in this category of having the game settings not really be something that limits a player's experience. Lastly, let's talk about where things really differ between the two platforms, and that is in-game content. Now for this, I'm going to be using all forms of in-game content. This means the Bedrock Edition marketplace, the featured servers, and for Java, mainly referring to third-party mods and servers. Firstly, Bedrock Edition is unique in that it provides a vast amount of in-game content without having to go outside of the game. If you head over to the Minecraft marketplace, you could find various things such as world downloads, skin packs, emotes, and much more. I personally love this as it allows users who may not be too tech savvy the ability to experience additional content without having to install mods or watch complicated YouTube tutorials. However, almost everything, if not everything, costs money in the Minecraft marketplace. These additional pieces of content are relatively cheap, but having to spend a few dollars just to experience a minigame or try on a few new skins is something that is not required on Java. All in all, Minecraft Bedrock Edition does a good job of giving players tons of new content in the marketplace, as well as offering 6 partnered Bedrock servers. These servers are Bedrock only and offer standard Minecraft server minigames. I personally don't really have too much experience with these servers, but they all seem to have relatively positive reviews, and as they are partnered with Minecraft directly, I must imagine they offer a high quality gameplay experience. On the opposite side of the spectrum, Java offers virtually 0 in-game content outside of the core vanilla game, leading users to head to third-party sources to get their fix of in-game content. However, due to the ease of development when it comes to both mods and servers, the amount of in-game content available to Minecraft Java players is virtually limitless. There are tens of thousands of operational servers. A link to my personal server that works on both Bedrock and Java will be down below in the description. And on top of that, there are hundreds of high quality mods that completely transform a user's gameplay experience on Java. All of these in-game content features come at a cost of $0 to the average Java player, meaning if you look hard enough, you're most likely going to find a server or mod that you really enjoy. Nowadays, there are many trusted sources to get your mods or trusted servers to play on, but it didn't always used to be like this. Thanks to the development of the Java scene over the last few years, there is virtually no risk in trying out new mods or downloading a skin pack from a YouTube video. But I will give a caution to anyone that if you do download content from a third-party source, the risk is on you if something were to happen to your account or your computer due to any third-party software being installed. But with all this being said, I personally have to give a point to Java on this one. The virtually endless amounts of content that can be downloaded and accessed for free is something that the Bedrock platform just can't compete with. Although Bedrock does offer lots of in-game content, it's either behind a paywall or has a limited selection. If you've been following along, this means that you've realized the score is tied 2-2, and that's for a good reason. I think Bedrock Edition and Java are equal counterparts, but each platform has its strengths and weaknesses. The obvious strengths of Bedrock Edition are that it's much more accessible and compatible than Java, and it's much easier to begin playing the game as a new user. As for weaknesses, it lacks free in-game content and can oftentimes be limiting to advanced players due to the simple settings. Java excels by allowing users the freedom to play how they want at the cost of only being available on PCs. On top of that, the limitless free in-game content is a very attractive feature that keeps users like myself coming back time and time again. So where does this leave us? I think as a beginner player, Bedrock Edition is the far superior platform to Java. Its simplicity with settings and accessibility make it a no-brainer for anyone wanting to pick up the game for the very first time, whereas I think Java is the superior platform for an experienced player who wants to take their gaming experience to the next level through third-party content. Both platforms are incredibly identical in nature, but I think it's their subtle differences that make them more appealing to different players. To put it simply, Bedrock Edition suits beginners more, and Java suits more experienced players. Neither platform is undeniably better than the other, but based on your experience and playstyle, one platform is bound to suit you more. I hope you all enjoyed the video and walked away learning a thing or two about these platforms. Only time will tell if a truly clear winner emerges from this battle, but so far it seems like a pretty balanced fight. As for myself, I'm going to continue playing both Java and Bedrock, as the subtle differences really do provide a unique perspective for each platform. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.